Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing a single player playthrough on 1.1. So, if you went to last time, we got a huge start on our packing facility. Got a huge start on that. Decided to combine our power plant as well. So we're going to be dropping off our fuel for our power plant, as well as dropping off all the other liquids and gases to be packaged. The ones that can be anyway. It's not all the liquids and gases, but yeah, all the ones that could be packaged are going to be dropped off at this facility. Like I said, we also decided to merge with our power station. So we're going to be building our 240 generators here, which I think is going to look really good. We got a blueprint ready for it. We just got to put them down and get everything piped up and hooked up and whatnot, and we'll see how far we get today. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty, and here we are. Had to take a little bit of a coffee break there. Like literal coffee break. Went to go get coffee, came back, it was dark. Like, I guess we were that close to sunset. Anyway, so this is the blueprint that I was talking about that we built last time, which actually looks pretty damn good, actually. I'm kind of liking this. I just hope it doesn't lag out too much. I tried not to go too crazy with it. This does not have very many pieces to it, so we should be good. should be good. So the exhaust is like it's sticking into the tower there, but this will allow us to connect them together very easily and without having to have extra blueprints, because we're already going to have 240 of them. Just this, and then we got more blueprints to build. So I came up with a really awesome idea, by the way. I want to take our, you're not going to be able to see the machines, but what I want to do is I want to take our packager and I want to build, actually, you know what, do it this way. See, this is already saved. I'm gonna save it again. We're going to go ahead and clear the blueprint designer though. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is, let me grab the packager. That's all, folks. I have no idea what just happened, but it's funny. But yeah, basically what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to go walls. You know, actually I might do foundations instead. Foundations. I'm curious about something. Alright, let's go over here. Actually, let's do this. Organization. Container. Okay, so a container is roughly that size. Alright. So then what I want to do is what I want to do is take a wall. What wall would be best? Actually, I know exactly which wall would be best. It'd be this wall. This wall would be best. I mean, actually, that wall would be best, but it ain't the best. It ain't what I need. It's not what I need. This wall might be better. Yeah, basically you would take that wall. Okay, so how long of a thing? Okay. So 2 of these versus 1 should be big enough. I think so. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. That. That. And that. Okay. Alright, so these machines are going to have to be... So, If you don't, you probably don't understand what the heck I'm doing. Well, basically what I want to do is I want to encapsulate these because this is a dock, a big old dock thing. And I know exactly where we're going to be putting our packagers. I'm going to be extending this, by the way, I think. Well, I do have 6 foundations over here. Maybe it's not... no, actually, we're fine. But yeah, basically what I do want to do is I want to create containers. Now, these containers might be... Yeah, that might be too tall. What if we did a line of these? So then this wall would be up here, essentially. Trying to build a blueprint that looks like a container, like a shipyard container, you know, like the big containers that you see on trucks and trains and all kinds. Now these are a bit bigger than what the trains can carry, unfortunately, but we kind of have to build it this size, otherwise the illusion's not going to work. Okay, so then this, and then this. So basically like that, and then we have a top portion. That. Is that enough to cover? I think so. Okay. But yeah, basically, like I said, so what's going to happen with these is they're going to be hidden inside of a stack of containers, right? And the pipes and belts are going to be underground. But yeah, I want to make a yard of containers. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make a yard of containers, so that's easy. I'll just make a blueprint for them, you know? I was like, that's pretty damn easy, you know, nothing there. And then I was like, well, I also want to put my packagers there, so what do? Like, put the packagers amongst the containers? And it's like, no, that doesn't really work. And I was like, what if I was to... Sorry? What if I was to put the packagers inside the containers? Then I'm not you know, having to encapsulate these or anything. It's an illusion that we're shipping out liquids and we're shipping it, or like it basically just gives the illusion that we have a big old dockyard with liquids and solids going around. Now, I'm not going to build any liquid tanks or anything like that. Well, I mean, I might, but I'm not sure. We don't really need buffers for this because this stuff doesn't matter. The packaging stuff does not matter whatsoever. Okay. So basically, there's 2 containers stacked on top of each other, so then we go like... Maybe we color one yellow. I'm not going to worry about the wall in between. That's just so I can place beams, right? So we paint one yellow, and then maybe we swap it up and we paint one like, I don't know, purple. Yeah, purple container. And maybe yellow and purple's not the right combination. Maybe we do yellow and red. Well, no, that's like ketchup and mustard. Maybe we'll do like yellow and what did like red? Obviously, I'm gonna have to color these. Do like a red and a blue. Then we get red, white, and blue. Nice. Yeah, something like that. And then, of course, we take our beams. I might not even color these at all and then just color them when I put them down. Because we're going to have a decent amount of these. So. Yeah, so then we go like this. So then it looks like the containers are stacked up on top of each other. We might have to stack it a little bit. You know what? Actually, we'd probably benefit from that anyway. Right? Okay. That'd be the basic idea, though. Yeah, but what we'd benefit from anyway, it's because that sticks out the top. We'd benefit from doing this. And then doing that. And then doing that. Yeah, and then this, and with the corners, we just do this. Like that. And then like this here. Right. Okay, and then we grab ourselves our little beam connectors for the corners. Oh. I might have to build this one because I really want to put that there. I don't want to have to place these each time because I'm going to have to paint them as well. What I might do is I might put everything up on a foundation that allowed me to place the floor holes for the pipes and the belts as well. That'll allow me to place the floor holes if I do the 1 meter foundation. So let me show you what I get. Show you guys what I mean here. So there's a little trick you can do with placing floor holes and wall holes because we know exactly how big the blueprint's going to be. You want your foundations to be how big you want your blueprint as well. You could do this 2 different ways as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and nudge this over because we know it's going to be 2 foundations by 1 foundation. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go production. And we're going to grab ourselves a packager because this is what we're going to be using. You can do this with any production building. It's just fine. You're going to place the production building. Then you're going to go over to logistics. And you grab yourselves a floor hole. Now, the way this one's going to work is everything's going to be packaged. We're not going to be unpackaging anything. So we're just going to go ahead and place this. I'm going to place this as close to the machine as I can. And then on the back side, because we're packaging, we're going to need 2 things. We're going to need this, and we're going to need a pipe floor hole like this. Right. Then we're going to go ahead and place our belt. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this to nice and vertical. Place our pipe. It doesn't matter which, doesn't matter what color it is, because all of this is going to be hidden for us. But yeah, this is where you paint it, set your recipe. We're not going to set the recipes for these because we need to, each recipe has to be set individually. What I might do though is I might set it and put my overclockers in there because when I change recipes, the overclocking stays. Oh yeah, we're going to do that. The packaged water, I don't know about the packaged water, if we were going to bring in water or not. And again, this is another one of those scenarios where I'm bringing in a train station that I don't think I really need. Much like the oil. We could get rid of those 2 as well. I'm not gonna though. We're good. Okay. Yeah, so that way when I select a new recipe to set the next one, I can just select whatever and then my overclocking stays. I don't have to overclock it each time as well. Okay, yeah. So we'll leave that set like that. And then basically what you can do is, I'm actually going to save this real quick. If it doesn't crash, we're gonna call this, yeah, packing plant. And this is going to be packager. If I spelled that correctly. I don't think I did, but you know, it's fine. Ah, I did spell it right. All right, cool. I'll select recipe. So packing plant, packager. And we're gonna go ahead and save this blueprint. Once my game crashes. Okay. So yeah, there's 2 different ways we can do this. We can leave the foundation in, so that when you go and place your new blueprint, you got your little foundation, and then when you build it, it places it, and it's on this little foundation. It's got all of its belts, got all of its pipes, whatever you wanted, and everything is good. However, we're not going to do that with this particular design. What we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to remove these, just like that. Now, unfortunately, you can't do what I thought you could do, which is take the... let's go ahead and save the blueprint first. just gonna save over it. This is the design I wanted to go with anyway. But yeah, now we've got our floor holes for our pipes and our belts, and everything's good. So now when we take our blueprint, you can see the foundation is not there. It says we're on 1.1. Now you could do this in 1.0, but it took a little bit of finagling to get it to work correctly. You basically had to, if I remember right, you had to place it on the side. Yeah, this is what I would do anyway. You had to place it on the side, and then what you do is hit the H key, and then you could nudge it in, and it'd be where you needed it. But we're in 1.0, or we're in 1.1 now, where we can nudge vertically. So just hit the H key, nudge it down one, bam. Already got the floor holes, already got the pipe holes, and if we actually go underneath, because this is all 1 meter foundation as well, that also matters. You can see, yeah, we're already ready to go. We're already ready to hook everything up. So very, very cool there. That's that's the two different ways that you can play that. You can either have the foundations in the blueprint and then do that, or you could not. Now, unfortunately, what you can't do, and I've tried this, what you can't do is do this, and then replace it and then resave the blueprint. You can't put it in the blueprinter and then nudge it down. The blueprinter doesn't allow that. However, because we did that, now we can go ahead and I'm going to put the foundation back for a second. Like that. And then I'm going to build. I'm actually going to, I don't know, well, I can't do that, but what I can do, because I need to run power to these as well, and we can't be having power cables outside, so what I am going to do is probably, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little beam. Where should we put this beam? Should we put it in the corner, or should we put it like right in the middle? Or I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be hidden, but I want to put it in a place that I can remember. Power pole 2. We'll just put a power pole 2. Wait, is a power pole 2 really tall? No, okay, it's pretty short. Okay, perfect. We'll just place it right there. Now what we're gonna probably have to do is we're probably going to have to we're gonna have to remember where these are at. What I might do as well is I might paint these like, let's go straight black with everything. You're not really gonna see it, but we'll just go straight black with everything. There we go. Okay, and leave that there. Okay, now we can build our containers on this particular build. Alrighty, so what do you guys think about this? This is our 2 containers stacked on top of each other. So yeah, this is actually really easy to build. It's very costly as far as some of that stuff. So basically, these are the newer pillars from 1.1. These are the I-beams, or the H-beams as they call them. I call them I-beams because that's what they're called where I live, but yeah, they're in the game, they're called the H-beams. So we use the H-beams here. And all I did, so what I've done here as well, let me show you, is I took this beam, and if it's rotated like this, you just rotate it. But yeah, I put it down, I put it at 5 meters. Like this, and I only put it in half. This way, when I go to paint, you can see I can paint the individual beams. I'll have to paint the individual beams and stuff because I don't know exactly which colors these are yet. Also, if we go up here, you can see the top of this, because the way the containers are, the way this goes is goes up and over the top. So I use those I-beams there, and then of course we got the walls in behind to back it. And I think if I remove the wall, I think the I-beam is too deep in order to represent a container. So we're just gonna leave the walls there. We could do 1 meter walls, but I don't want to have to paint all that. Plus, it does add a little bit of detail. So, but yeah, and these right here, these are signs. So if we, so what I did was I placed the sign. As you can see, I'm placing it here, and I just nudged it over with holding control. And then once I got the first one placed, then I placed the middle one, and then I placed the one next to it, and that made it super easy. This right here is just icon none to remove the text, turn off the emission strength, just leave it matte, don't make it glossy. Yeah, and then it kind of matches the rest of the detail work, of course, because our containers have doors on either side, and that works. So, and I know what I'm going to color these as well. The coloring is going to be based on what the actual machine is making. Oh, as well as if I go right here, it's kind of hard to hit, but if I go right here, I can actually access the machine. Sometimes I have to remove the beam, so I'll probably have to remove the beam, set the recipe, and then place that. We'll have to figure out, because we know we need 12 of these, right? We need 12 of these packaging, the 12 of these packaging plants as well. Oh, and if I go up underneath here, hopefully I don't get stuck, because I got stuck earlier. So if I go up underneath here and I slide, there we go. What I did was I went with the Mark 1 pole, that way I don't have to use the other stuff. Yeah, so what I did was I placed the pole down on the ground, and that way when I put this blueprint down and then I nudge it down that 1 meter to match the flooring so that it's sitting on the floor, this beam or this pillar is actually going to stick through the foundation, because it's already sticking through the foundation partially, about half a meter or so. It'll stick through the foundation at the bottom, and then I can just connect it easily via power. So that way I can access it from underneath, because I'm going to run all the power underneath in the ground. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty brilliant idea. Yeah, see, I got stuck earlier tonight. Hey, I managed to make it slide this time. All right. Oh yeah, that's how you can get, if something is really short, like belts and stuff, and you're trying to get, and you can't get over it, just if you can give a running slide, run and then slide underneath it, and you can slide under almost any height, very little heights. Like this right here, we can go. Oh, okay, so that's a little too low, but I think you can slide underneath a 1 meter. I think is the 1 meter is the shortest. But you can slide us under some pretty short stuff. So, oh, put this in blueprint mode. There we go. That way the blueprint's gone. But yeah, here's our. This is our blueprint. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another save for it. Perfect. Now we can place these. So like I said, we need 12 of these. I'm going to place some, we're going to place some kind of, evenly spread out across from here all the way to over there. I'm going to have to get rid, well, I'll have to get rid of all these anyway. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of these towers, get them out of the way. We got the train stations, which are powered right now. We'll do the rails for those later, so. But yeah, let me, I'm going to get these placed and spaced out with our particular build here. Like I said, we need 12 of them. And then we're going to make some other blueprints that got stacks of like 2 or like 1 and 3, essentially. And maybe even do some stacks of like 2. What I might do as well is, I don't think you can place this, you can't nudge this blueprint down because of the beam connectors, but I'll use this blueprint as a basis jumping off point, and then we'll what I'll do is I'll build a 1 container size, and then I'll use that to build a 3 container tall, and then we'll get some random piles and some random colors and stuff like that too. So these ones in particular, I'm not going to paint them because we need to place so many blueprints. But what I might do is I might create like a blue container, a green container, you know, that kind of stuff, and then and whatnot. And only the top container is going to need a roof. So yeah, and plus we're going to do 2 containers long as well. Actually, no, we don't have to do 2 containers long. That's right, because the way I'm going to do this is we'll place, because those shells are going to be big enough to store these. So like the 3 containers tall ones are going to be having these in the industrial storage container plus the dimensional depot inside of those. Those ones might be a little bit weird. We'll see how it goes, but I need to build some blueprints for those too, so that we can store the package stuff and then get it uploaded. And then what I'll just take from the uploader and go straight into the train station. I think that's the best way I can make that happen, as well, because that's just it. Again, I don't think I'm going to create train stations just so I could take the packages somewhere. If we do need to do that for a factory, I will do that, but I'm not going to do it just for the mall itself. I was thinking about doing it just for the mall itself, but I don't think I'm going to make that happen. And the main reason is just because we already have, what, 12, 13, we have 15 train stations here. Technically 16 if you want to count that extra there, but yeah, we have 15 train stations here already. And we're already taking up a huge amount of space. I'm not going to worry about any taking up any more. So yeah, like I said though, let me get those down and get some more blueprints for the containers and stuff, and then we'll have a nice container field out here, and then we can connect up, you know, the belts and the pipes and stuff like that, and then at least that side is done, and then we'll work on the generators on that side. So anyway, let's go ahead and do that and get that all done. Alrighty, so after a few hours, finally got all of that done. You can see all of our containers here. Look at all of our beautiful container colors. What I did was, for a lot of these, except for the packing plant ones, the actual packager, these 2 stacks right here, this blueprint here, I actually used the colors of the thing that are going to be packing essentially to decide the colors on those. Like we got turbo fuel. I didn't want to do 2 on top of like this. And in fact, I might even change that. What color is least common here? I don't have a whole lot of oranges. Yep, let's do an orange. I'll show you how tough these are to color. They're actually not that bad. It's just it takes time. It consumes my time here. Let's see if I can find that traffic orange. I know it's here somewhere. Okay, it's traffic orange. Okay. Yeah, we'll just color this one. Just because I don't want 2 on top of each other. I kind of wanted the colors to be randomized. So what I also did was I also used basically a website that allows you to customize a color wheel. Whoops. Customize a color wheel. Sorry, a spin wheel. Basically, you spin it and it gives you a random result. You know, out of all the selections that you've made. This one's called Wheel of Names. The Wheel of Names website, which is, you know, pretty popular. It works incredibly well there. I think I got it all. It works incredibly well, so I use that to determine the colors of these things right here. These are the blueprints for the, as you can see, we've got a mercer sphere in there and whatnot. Those are the uploaders, but also I use the industrial size storage crate with the uploader on top of it in order to determine that. So, not determine that, but in order to have the uploads. And I kind of I didn't really randomly place those specifically. Like these, I spaced out the double ones with the packager. I spaced those out exactly a certain amount of spaces, except for the middle here. There's 6 on this side, 6 on that side. So this is the center right here. And then we've got these ones are kind of not exactly randomly placed. I placed them next to a packager, but I didn't exactly specify which packager they go to. Just whichever one's closest, essentially, is the goal there. And then with those then in place, then I designed a single one, which is right here. Also, I missed I see a missed a spot. You missed a spot. There we go. Okay. And then went ahead and placed that. So I used the colors of the... So basically we got blue, we've got white, we've got black, we've got yellow, or kind of like a traffic orange. And then we got purple. We got purple there. And then we've got the dark green and the black. Then we've got yellow and we got orange as well. This one doesn't really replicate. This one's the fuel one, so that ties in the orange. And then we've got turbo fuel, we got the red and the black, and then we've got the fuel in the red. And then we've got this is the ionized fuel, I believe. The limestone in the white. And we've got white and we've got gray, which I believe is... I don't remember exactly which one it's. I think it's the nitric acid, maybe? No, not nitric acid. It's the other one. The alumina solution. That's what it is. Okay, the alumina solution. And then we got sulfuric acid, nitrogen gas, and then the nitric acid down here on the end. And I tried to space them out. There is some inconsistencies in the spacing, but that's just how I built everything. So I had to kind of... And plus it gives a little bit of character, you know, they're not going to be perfect, perfectly spaced, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, this gives me my shipyard, which looks really cool, by the way. I like it. I like all the colors. There we go. Now that we have that all connected, now we should be able to easily go along here and see that there's power. Oops. Missed. Let's see. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's right. I forgot I did that. Okay. Just to kind of even it out from side to side, because the other train station, there's a two stack of containers that actually goes past the train station. I think it's a 2-stack, or is it a 3-stack? I don't remember. That's right. That one doesn't have anything in it. That's the only one. Yeah, they look powered. You can see it's got a yellow. It's no longer red. So that's very good for us. That means we've got power, because before I couldn't, like over here, I couldn't fly very far away. Now I can fly out here and have power, which is very nice. See, we're zapping to each of the 2 containers. Yeah, see this one was one foundation pass, so I added a 2-stack and then a 1-stack just to kind of even that out. Yeah, not bad. Quite happy with it. We've got all the colors. We got a lot of colors in here. Works very well. Okay, so basically what we've got to do, because all of these never take up more than a full pipe, we basically just got to go to each one of these train stations. We've got to connect them all, kind of chain them, and then go into the ground. But when you chain them and go into the ground, we're going to have to paint them too, so that we know which one's which. The main issue we're going to have is finding which one's which here. What I'll have to do is I'll have to remove the foundation below the machine, check the machine, and then what I can do is I can color code each one of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and do... where's it at? We'll have to place this. Actually, what I could do is do this. Put it in straight mode. But I think what I'll do is I'll hook up one at a time here. As well. Like once I get it to go underground, we'll hook it up one at a time. That. Oh, right. I forgot. I forgot how this works. Oh no, it's just one, isn't it? And then we put the starter on top of it. Go ahead and paint it. We could do it that way, or give her this, give her that. Like that does take a while to do. We could just leave it in straight mode and just do this. That'd be certainly much faster. That's much faster. And then we just go floor hole. That's right where it is anyway. Then we'll have to color it so we know which one's which. I think what I'll do is I'll just go straight down. We'll just use auto for it. There we go. So it looks like it's pouring out. Into the, or it looks like it's coming out of the station into there. And then from there, it'll go, we probably have to go all the way to this end, if I remember correctly. I set it up this way, and I should have set it up the other way, but oh well. The recipes are already set, so can't really go in. I'd have to go in and change it if I really wanted to. So this one right here, this one's water. I remember I started with that. Actually, in order to keep track, what I could do is we have like a packager, because I kept up with the way when you set the recipe. I went from left to right, top to bottom. So we went, let's see, production, packager. Yeah, I went left to right and then top to bottom. So we can, you know, we can keep an eye on it with that. But yeah, I do have to bring that long pipe all the way down here. That was a me mistake. What I will do though is I will bring the pipe all the way over here to this, and then that should hopefully keep it out of the way, and then keep us with a lot of room. Oh, okay. When the audio usually skips like that, it's usually a sign that we're about to crash. But yeah, now that I'm placing belts and pipes, I'm probably gonna have a lot more crashes. I'm sure. That's just how it goes. And then yeah, since nobody's gonna see this, I'm not gonna worry about supports or seeing the supports or anything like that. We're just gonna go as far as we can go because we got a ways to go. And we don't need any pumps because this is below ground. And the level that it's coming out of the station is above, actually, it's at the same level, actually. It's at the same level. I mean, we might put a pump in right before the machine just to keep pressure. That probably would be a good idea. We have power down here, so there's no reason not to. Still got a ways to go. That's a long pipe. And again, I'm probably going to have a pump down here just to do the water. Just do the package water. But we have the ability to do a train station if we wanted. Okay, I got to be very careful how I do this as well, because of how far this pipe has to travel. Let's bring it all the way. Let's bring it all the way to here. So then it's past. Essentially, it's past where all the train stations go, or where all the train stations are. Let's see, it's going to come out of there, go that way. As long as it's not blocking it, it is slightly blocking it. So I'm going to bring it right up there, actually. But yeah, I'm just color coding it just for my benefit. Okay, and then the belt. I don't know. The belt is going to have to be split. We might have to have a... We're probably going to have a couple belts, I'm sure. Because some of these recipes... actually, I can go ahead and remove all of these ones that are colored, because what I did was I color-coded the concrete so I knew exactly where to put the blueprint. That actually makes it very easy for me to go in and remove these, and then I can check each of the recipes and I see how many packages it wants per minute, and then I can make the belts according to that. I mean, we're definitely not going to be making that amount of packages per minute, but or we're definitely not going to be making, you know, packaging that amount. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Now I'm going to have to keep track of which one's fluid tanks, which one's normal stuff as well. All right. So yeah, let me get this all done, and then I think we'll call that an episode, because yeah, there's a lot of just tedious work to do, busy work essentially, a lot of busy work to get done. So let's get it done. Alrighty then, I've you know, already had several crashes today. Finally got all the pipe work done. Let's get our music back. Yeah, it seems to be dealing with, once we start getting a whole bunch of like blueprints in place, and we start doing pipes and belts to connect the blueprints together, all that kind of stuff, it seems to cause a lot of issues. And like I said before, before 1.1, I actually didn't have hardly any of these issues, even when it came to big heavy blueprints. Now, if the blueprint if I got a little overzealous with placing the blueprint, then yeah, I'd hit it, but it doesn't seem like it works correctly as well. But that's okay. It's but yeah, I've got all the belts and all the pipes connected. I was thinking about doing an overflow system, but at the same time, I'm just like, there's no reason to do an overflow system. This is just so we could package the stuff, and then I can, you know, personally put it in the mall. You know, and maybe one day I'll come back and put train stations in to send the packages to the mall. I doubt that'll ever happen, but you never know. But yeah, if we go up underneath here now, I tried to keep it as clean as I could. Oh, oops, I forgot to pick that up. I forgot, I got rid of all the wildlife underneath here. They'll probably come back, but that's fine. But yeah, I tried to keep everything as clean as I could. Color-coded everything so that I knew exactly where everything was going. We got all of we actually had to run 2 belts of packages because one belt's running 550 and the other one's running 400, I think, something like that. So definitely way over what one belt can do. But yeah, and then so basically it comes out of the machine and then goes straight into our storage, which I didn't actually show you guys the inside of the storage, so we'll look real quick. If I can fit in there. I think I can. If I suck in my stomach. I have a little twite in here. But yeah, you can see. I could have, you know, obviously we could have done 2 containers, but the third one's nice. You can see that there. But we got the dimensional depot, which is connected to each one of these. So we got, so you'll have a big storage, and then it'll, you know, as you use up the packaged product from your pocket, whatever it might be, you end up getting that done. But yeah, like I said, unless a factory specifically needs packaged whatever the heck, I'm not going to put down train stations to transfer that. Now, everything else I have put down train stations for, a factory specifically will need, even if it's a small amount. Oh yeah, so one other thing too I wanted to do, that I definitely wanted to do was, I definitely wanted to put, I did want to put pumps on this, didn't I? Pumps on it, Maybe I will. I don't think I'll put pumps on it. I don't think it's needed, especially with the gases and stuff. But yeah, I definitely do not think it's needed. But what was the other thing I wanted to do? I can't remember. No, I can't remember. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, for now though, that is going to it for this episode of Satisfactory. We got most of the belt work and pipe work done. I would say all the belt work is done, but most of the pipe work is done as well. The only thing we have left is to put down all of the power generators and then get everything piped up so that when we're ready and we're finally making ionized fuel in phase 5, then we'll go in and start sending the ionized fuel here to then be used as power. I think we're pretty much done with our blueprints too, because everything's going to be all the pipe work's going to be underground. But yeah, that pretty much works for there. I don't know when I'm going to do the blueprints for the actual like crane things that I wanted to do. I want to do them, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really have, I don't have days to work on this project, because we need to get this project done this week so that we could then, at the very least next week, go back to making factories. That is kind of my plan, so I'm hoping I can execute it. But for now, though, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.